Yes, students, so again back with our chemistry lecture, right? We are studying chapter number 3. Lastly, we have discussed about electrochemical cell, Nernst equation, and Gibbs free energy of the reaction. Today, we are going to start our new topic, that is 3.4, that is conductance of electrolytic solution. Now, in order to understand what is electrolytic solution and conductance of that electrolytic solution, there are few terms which you should know that. Actually, these terms are already familiar to you, as we have already seen these terms in 10th standard and 11th standard. Okay, and those terms are conductance, that we already know, that is C, or we can say G also. The symbol for conductance is G. Okay, then you have already seen about resistance, that is R. Resistivity, okay, again it is having a symbol. Okay, after that kappa is there, which is a new term for you all. So let us start with this, and I'll explain you each and every term and how it is related to each other. Okay, so the terms which we are going to study is electrolytic, that is electrical resistance, resistivity, etc. So resistance, that is R. The measuring unit of that, do you remember the measuring unit of that? That is ohm. Okay, we have seen this symbol also, that is omega. Its SI unit is kg meter square by second cube A2, that is area. Okay, now this R is directly proportional to the length of the wire and inversely proportional to its cross section area. Now we know that we are supposed to put a constant value over here, right? And that's why we put a symbol which is similar to P, but it is not P. You should remember that thing. Okay, and that is known as resistivity or specific resistance, and it is also known as rho, that is RHO, that is also known as RHO, and its unit is ohm meter or ohm centimeter. Now you know how to convert meter into centimeter, right? 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. So 1 meter, 1 omega meter is equals to 100 omega centimeter, or it's vice versa. Now, if the length is 1 meter and area is 1 meter square, then what will happen? 1 and 1 will be cancelled, and at that time your resistance will be equal to your resistivity. So, resistivity is defined as the resistance of a substance when it is 1 meter long and has a cross section area of 1 square meter. Okay, so moving towards the next term, that is conductance, G. Okay, that is conductance is inverse of resistance. Resistance is what? It will stop the flow of current, where conductance will accelerate the flow of current, right? So G is inversely proportional to the R. So since R we are having the value, that is rho L upon A. So it will be G A upon rho into L, and its SI unit is Siemen. S, the symbol is S. The Siemen is equals to ohm inverse, or we can say mho. Now if R is ohm, then its reciprocal will be definitely 1 upon that. Okay, and here the proportionality constant, that is conductivity, is known as K. The symbol is like K, and the name of that is kappa. The name of that is kappa. Okay, so we can say that this kappa is inverse of rho. Yes, so it is inverse of resistivity. Now G is equals to K A upon L. Okay, if L is equals to 1 meter again and A is equals to 1 meter square again, then what will happen? G will be equal to K, that is our conductance will be equal to conductivity, and it can be defined as conductance of a material when it is 1 meter long and has a cross section area of 1 square meter. same like as we have done earlier in the resistivity. Okay, now here the unit is Siemen meter inverse, in that it was mho inverse, right? So 1 Siemen inverse is equals to 100 centimeter. Now these are the few data which is given over here that are conductance material. Moving further, conductivity K depends upon few things. It depends upon the nature of the material, temperature and pressure. Definitely we know that conductance cannot pass through each and every substance. So these this material are divided into three parts, that is conductors. So these are the examples of the conductors: copper wire, silicon wire and aluminum wire, or we can say alloys. These are the conductors other, that is graphites, carbon black, conducting polymers. You know that there are various other examples also. Okay, now here comes the examples of insulator, that is glass insulator, ceramic insulator. This insulator, ceramic insulators are very much useful these days for any of the purpose, for the prevention of the things. Okay, these are the semiconductors: silicon, doped silicon and gallium arsenides. Okay, now I think you don't need to go in more detail which are semiconductors and what it is, because that is already explained in the previous lecture, or we can say in previous unit also. Now here it is a superconductors. What is the role of superconductors? It helps to conduct lots of electric current and its conductivity is very high. Okay, so these are the metals which are highlighted. Okay, and here in between when you see that it's a long name YAB2CU3O7, okay, they are the ceramics for the same. Now moving further, this is the conductance of the electrical solution: metallic conductor or electrical conductor. So how this conductance happens in the metal? So this is the series. Okay, we know that when we are taking a cross section area, positive and negative charge is there, in which electricity is conducted with this electrons, and it depends upon the nature and structure of metals, number of valence electrons, temperature of a sample. Okay, now let us see the conductivity in water. So in water, yes, water is a conductor, but yes, definitely we can say that it is not conducting large amount of conductance. Okay, why it is so? Because here we know that positive and negative ion, that is H plus and OH minus, are very less in concentration, that is 10 raised to 7 m only. Okay, so because of this, what will happen? The value of K is 3.5 into 10 raised to minus 5 Siemen inverse. Now what happened when it is made an aqueous solution like ions, it is dropping, that is Na and Cl. So in water, this ions will be formed, right? And thus what will happen? Conductance of an electricity by ions present in the solution is known as the electrical conductance or ionic conductance. Definitely it depends on what sort of ions we are adding. If we are adding a good ions, definitely the conductivity will be more. Okay, again it depends on few things, that is nature of an electrolyte, size of a resulting ions, solvents, solutions and temperature and